Good evening, everyone. How are you guys feeling on this bright evening? Ye- And being in Bright Arts Toastmaster? Even brighter. Thanks. So I'll start the meeting. I am Priyansh Tripathi. I'll be the sergeant at arms for today's meeting. Before starting the meeting, I'll tell you about Toastmasters. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization which helps you build your communication and confidence. It has a It is spread across 148 countries, founded in 1924 with over 150,000 members. Members practice impromptu speaking, deliver speeches, and receive constructive feedback in a supportive environment. Let's play one game. I will do like this. You have to clap, and the intensity of clap should increase as my hand should go up. Okay? Yeah. Start. In our meetings, we follow few of the ground rules. Please switch off your mobile phone or put them in silent mode. I'll give you 20 seconds to do that. Once done, please give me a thank you. Please do not move inside the hall or enter or exit only during the applause. While the speaker is speaking on stage, please do not cross talk. Please be mindful when talking about sex, religion, or politics. These might hurt someone's sentiments. Refreshments will be available at the time of break. Restrooms are available. Just exit the room, walk down the alley on the right side. At the end, you will find the restroom. Now it's time to introduce presiding officer for the day. I will introduce her, but before that, whenever she comes on stage, we are famous for our cheering. Let's give her the brightest cheering this time. Why? She's she's the co-founder of Bright Hearts Toastmaster Club. She has won in District 92, table topic contest, evaluation contest, and speech contest. She is also the Crescendo Conference co-chair for Crescendo 2026. Please help me welcome the distinguished Toastmaster, Queen of Bright Hearts, Arundhati Basu.
Thank you very much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Priyansh. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. I just realized that our guests got a little shocked at the cheering, but I'm sure by the end of the meeting, they'll get used to and be part of it, isn't it? Right. Very good evening to all of y'all. I am quite excited because today's theme is Once Upon a Doodle. And no matter in what mood you are, a cartoon is enough to cheer you up. We will talk about the theme in a little bit. First, let's talk a little bit about Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Bright Hearts Toastmasters is now a 1-year-old club. Yeah, wow, I'm loving the energy. We chartered Bright Hearts in the month of September 2024 as one of the clubs in District 121 of Toastmasters International, which covers the states of Southern Karnataka and Kerala. As you heard from our Sergeant at Arms, Toastmasters International is a global organization with chapters across different countries, and we are one such community club in Bangalore. From its inception, we've been privileged to have some of the finest members be part of the Bright Hearts community, resulting in us receiving the highest award that any club can receive from Toastmasters International, the status of a President's Distinguished Club. This year too, we are on track to now receive a level higher than last year because there's a new status that Toastmasters International has introduced called the Smedley Distinguished Toastmaster Club. But what I'm extremely proud to share with all our members here today is that this afternoon we conducted the District Executive Council meeting. For the benefit of our members and the guests in the room, like you know, every club has a president, myself in case of Bright Hearts, and a vice president of education, which is Toastmaster Neville for us. All clubs across a district, their presidents and vice president of education forms the District Executive Council, who come together to get to know how the district is functioning, but also participate in decisions that will take the district forward. Now, as a part of this District Executive Council meeting today, there were several things discussed, but a few for us to be proud of. Firstly, the district has an award called the Fast and Fab Award for clubs who achieve 5 distinguished points by November 30th, 2025. I am very happy and proud to inform that even before the district can officially announce it, we have become the first club in our division, Division I, to achieve this award. Tangam, you have to deduct all the cheering from my timing. We've also going to achieve another award which will come soon our way, which is called Stand Tall, and the award is to receive a standee for our club. It's given to any club that can add 8 members within the span of July to September. A heartfelt thank you to all our new members and of course our membership team in Toastmaster Arna and Toastmaster Sayuj. We have so far added 10 new members to the Pranat family. I can tell you this, I was probably one of the proudest presidents on that call, and none of it would have been possible without the incredible support of our Bright Hearts members. But what also made me very proud as a member of Bright Hearts is, in this District Executive Council meeting, every division director comes and tells how clubs are functioning under their remit. And I was very proud that one of our areas, I03, which started as an area where people thought there are struggles, clubs are struggling. But today, when the report was getting presented, it felt like that area is now doing very well and has struggling clubs that are slowly recovering. And fellow Bright Hearts, gives me immense pride to say that the area director of that area is our very own Bright Heart Toastmaster Mani Kumar. Mani gave me so much pride to see you do so well in just the first 3 months. And I know by the time we end the program here, you would have made a remarkable difference to the fraternity. Congratulations to you. I do have some more announcements for general business, which I'll cover towards the end of the meeting. Now it's time to get to know a little more about our guests in the meeting today. So I will get started off with Tejal, yourself. If you would like to come here, say a quick hello and tell us how you got to know about it. You can.
Hello, everybody. Myself, Tejal, and I am a 17-year-old student and the daughter of Deepak Kumar here. So basically, my dad told me a lot about this club. Like, he doesn't stop talking about it. It's been like 3-4 months. He's like, in Toastmasters, I did this today, I did that. And I thought maybe I'll join him once. So after my exams got over, I got time now. So here I am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tejal, for joining us today. We are very happy to have you. We really hope we can live up to the expectation that Deepak set for you. And when Tejal was speaking here today, right, I loved the pride she had when she said, I'm the daughter of Deepak. Took me back many years, but you must know that we are all equally proud to have Deepak as a part of our family. Thank you, Tejal. All right, all right. So we have two other guests. Would you like to come on stage? Tell us how you got to know about Bright Hearts. You can hold.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Prabhu. I am from Raichur. Currently, I'm staying in Marathalli. So last 6 years, I'm into digital marketing. Uh, Last 6 years, I noticed myself like I always feel uh, scared like on the stage. Actually, this is biggest problem for me. So I last 2 months keep doing research like on how to improve my public speaking skill and stage fear. So then I got to know Toastmaster. So I attended some online also, but it couldn't work. So when I personally meet people and it was tough for me. Then finally, so one of my friend referred me. This may help you. So I'm here today. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Prabhu. I love how you said Raichur and Marathalli in the same breath. Raichur is known as the rice bowl of India because of its strong cultivation of paddy. In Marathalli, we cultivate traffic. So I'm guessing you're having a good time. Jokes aside, we all started exactly where you were, trying to improve our way of communication. And I'm so glad you're part of our meeting today. We really hope you enjoy our meeting. And then we have one more guest at the back. If you'd like to come up, tell us how it is.
Hi Tim, my name is Teju, and I always felt stage fear actually. From my childhood, actually, whenever teacher calls on to the stage, I used to feel too fear. I could not open my mouth also. That much fear I had, and now also I am having some fear. Actually, Mandarika is my colleague actually. From her, I got to know that Toastmaster is a very good platform to improve our communication and all. I thought of giving it a try actually. And always I thought stage fear is something like we have to get it by birth actually. So that was my wrong consumption. But now I think through practice we can improve on that. So I am here actually. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome to our meeting, Teju. We are very glad that you have discovered that none of us were speakers like this by birth. I think we were very funny by birth. But I'm glad that you chose to be a part of this club today. Thank you, Manjarika, for having us have a guest who I hope is going to enjoy the meeting. We'll talk towards the end of the meeting and see how you felt, right? Okay, on that note, let's talk about today's theme, Once Upon a Doodle. I was quite excited when the theme got announced because is there anybody in the room whom cartoon makes you feel sad? You're like, I hate cartoons. Yeah, it's not for cartoons, it's for everybody else. Cartoons themselves. Sorry, jokes aside, I as a child loved cartoons. The theme immediately took me back to my childhood days. I have an elder brother, and watching cartoons together was our favorite way of bonding. Even so many years later, when I now go back to Calcutta, we make sure we carve out time to just sit and watch some of the old cartoons and laugh like there's no tension in the world. That's the best part about cartoons. So today we have an apt individual to host this segment for us. By profession, he is a strategist. What does it mean? He and us both are discovering it. That's what he said. But he has become extremely popular through his extraordinary acting skills during our outdoor meeting of a nerdy school kid. So today I'm quite excited to see how a nerdy school kid gets us in the world of cartoon. And just be mindful that just like Popeye eats a lot of spinach, Aditya eats a lot of food when he has mood swings. So never make Aditya angry or give him samosa. On that note, I hereby open meeting number 49 of Bright Hearts Toastmasters. And ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our extremely proactive, articulately observant Toastmaster, our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Aditya Patnaik.
Wow, good evening, Bright Hearts. Love the energy. Only a handful of you have won something that is worth showing up a cartoon. But I like it. Thanks for being here on a very special meeting. Today's theme is about cartoons. Okay. And I have a friend with me who has joined me today in today's quest. Unfortunately, yesterday he had a lot of beer, so in the middle of the meeting, it will be giving out burps, and it will be congratulating all of you for whatever you guys speak here on stage. So he's Mr. Pikachu, and I shouldn't call it him, I should call it it, but I can't hear his voice. So if you can just help me. Yeah. All right. So while that is being fixed, my name is Aditya, and today I am your storyboarding artist. So I will be leading you throughout the meeting, and we have a handful of speakers, role takers, and guests today who will be entertaining us with their colorful stories, with their speeches, and they'll be also helping us go through the cartoon world that we'll be navigating. Yeah. So now. Okay. Okay, that's it. Shut up. Okay, so Pikachu has woken up, and the electrical powers are now coming back to Pikachu gradually. So throughout the meeting, it will be active and listening to all of you. Okay, so while can I have the PPT? Yes. Is this? All right. So every cartoon started with a doodle, with an experiment. How many of you know what are doodles today? What do you guys do with doodles? Yes. Okay. All right. So doodles are basically scribbling, right? Scribbling any form of drawing or any form of imagination that you have, and then you bring it onto paper. So every cartoon started in the form of a doodle. And gradually what happened is all these toons, they went through evolution. So initially it was just black and white, and then we started having studios and animation teams that started creating more colorful storytelling, visions and imagination. Then we gradually moved on to characters like Snow White and the Disney world, and they helped us open up a whole new opportunities to learn and to know about storytelling. And that's how we moved on gradually to something known as advanced computer graphics, and the world of Pixar Studios got activated. And then it was a whole new world where all the films and shows were made completely using computer graphics. Oops. This is the world that we knew of when we were kids. There are so many characters, so much of color. Every character had something to show, whether it was anger, whether it was curiosity, whether it was laughter. And gradually, we all became fans of such characters, right? For example, I was a big fan of Dexter Labs. How many of you love Powerpuff Girls? Do you know all the names of the Powerful Girls? And Blossom. Blossom was which color? Orange. There's no orange. Yes. Blue is blossoms and buttercup is green, right? See, even I'm getting confused. Okay. All right. So we had Tom and Jerry. We had so many characters. Um, and of course, we had Johnny Bravo. But my favorite was Pokemon. And I was really, really enthralled by this whole new world which got, and I was energized when I used to see Pokemon on TV. Why? Because I used to remember all the avatars. I used to watch all the competitions that used to take place on TV. Pokemon had become a sensation overnight, and I spent literally, I think, 5 years or 3 years, I think, eating a lot of potato chips and gathering a lot of Jenga cards and Tazos. This is not my collection, but what you used to do, and how many of you remember used to do the same? All of us, we used to go out, buy a lot of chips packets, eat them so that we collect as many Tazos and Jenga cards, right? And that's how we used to exchange them with our friends for a higher value or a higher denomination. So that was crazy. Now, what does the world of cartoon do to us? It throws in a new world of expression, visual storytelling, and every character, as I said, has something to narrate, something to show, right? Similarly, what the world of cartoon has done to us is it has started associating colors with different emotions. There is a hero, there is a villain, there is black, there is white, there is red, there is green. And in your head, those colors also start denoting positivity, negativity. Now, just as cartoons got created through different studios, and Walt Disney was one of the worlds that got created, similarly, Toastmasters as a forum became the forum for public speaking and storytelling. And that's how Ralph C. Smedley in 1924 set it up. In the Toastmasters meeting, we will typically have segments which is divided into prepared speech sections, the table topic sections, and the general evaluation section. Now, before I start off with the first section, I would like to introduce a person who is a big fan of Baloo. She is a national level TT player. She is an HR professional, and she says all around her, the whole world is full of cartoons, including her family members, her team members, and her spouse. She would like to bash all of them up. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome the general evaluator for today to introduce herself and her tag team, Toastmaster Devsha Patnaik.
And now you know, having a Bugs Bunny at home, you get introduced in a different level. So, good evening, everyone. I'm your general evaluator, but not just the general evaluator. Today, we have Detective Pikachu, and we have gotten an intel that there are lots of crimes that are going to get committed today. And for that, I have special team. So, I'll tell you what the roles of the special team is. Once they introduce, I'll tell you what I am going to do throughout the meeting. So, for that, as Team Scooby Doo, I have a road runner. And as a road runner, you know, they always ring a bell when times is up. So I would invite our road runner, Timer Sangam, on the stage.
Sangha. Sangha. Sangam. Sangha. In Roadrunner, poor Willie E. Coyote always failed. Not because he lacked effort, but because his timing was always off. 1 second too soon, 1 second too late. And boom, the disaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters. I am your timer for the day, and my job is to allow you to finish your speeches on time. So, there are 3 sections: prepared speaker, evaluation, and table topics. So, for evaluation, the time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. So, at 2 minutes, I will show green card. 3 minutes, I will show yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will show red card. For prepared speech section, the time limit is 5 to 7 seconds. 5 minutes, sorry. At 5 minutes, I will show green card. 6 minutes I will show yellow card, and at 7 minutes I will show red card. For evaluations, time limit is 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes I will show green card. At 3 minutes I will show yellow card. At at 2 minutes 30 seconds I will show yellow card, and at 3 minutes I will show red card. I'll present my report at the end of the meeting when called upon by general evaluator. Thank you.
Thank you, Roadrunner Sangam. Of course, like the Mickey Mouse, you will also take your teams and will be careful of the time. Everyone, please note, the first crime is losing out time, and Sangam here is ensuring that you are within the time limit. Now, coming to the next detective that we have Detective Daffy, who has very keen ears and is going to tell you whether you are using some of the fillers, some of the repetitions, and for that, I'm inviting Toastmaster Junmeen to talk about her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster, in person and on Zoom, and our respectable guests. So I'll start with a quote. Every cartoon character grows stronger with each episode. So will all our speakers. So today I'm taking the role of a counter. The purpose of this role is to take notes on overused repetitive words like well, so, you know, I mean. And also I'll be observing filler words like So the objective of this role is to reflect on the effectiveness of your speech delivery. So with that, all the best to our speakers, and over to you. Thank you.
Now we have in the Taggers team a G, but he's a he. Of course, we have our He-Man. And do you remember who our He-Man was defending in our childhood? Any idea? Yes. So we have our grammarian today, grammarian Gopinath, who's going to call out. Yes, it's the same person. Who is going to have keen ears to and find out any grammatical errors that might come today. So yes, crime number 3 is having grammatical errors, and we have a special detective over here who's going to keep a keen eye. So over to you, Toastmaster Gopinath, to call out your role details.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters,
Good evening.
guests, and Detective Pikachu here. Well, I am the grammarian for the day, and she used the word crime. I'm not here. I'm not a grammar police here. I've always been intrigued by the words you use, the way you say it. So I'm here to learn along with you. Yes, I'm going to keep a watch on the subtle slips that you do, and also celebrate all your extraordinary sentences as well. There's just one thing I wanted to share. It's called Donkey's Name Last. Has anyone heard Donkey's Name Last? Well, that's something I remember today. When I was a kid in school, my English teacher told me this. When I said, Madam, I and Gopal went and fetched chocolates. My teacher said, Donkey's name last. And that's how I remembered, always say the other person and then yourself. That's going to be Gopal and I, David and I, right? So I'm going to, this has created so much energy within me. I'm remembering everything till date, right? So maybe I'll be that one person and make you remember one thing for the rest of your lives. It's going to make a difference. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you, grammarian Gopinath. Now coming to our Johnny Bravo, the special role, the tag S part of the tag S team. That is Toastmaster Akash, who's an extreme Beyblade fan, and he's here going to fight it out with his Beyblades and explain you the role of a listener today.
Good evening, Toastmasters and dear
Good
guests.
evening.
Before I introduce my role, I want to share something personal with the Bright Hearts family. 2 years. Not telling about the flashback of 2 years. I just have 2 years. 1, 2. As we all have 2 ears and one mouth, nature itself is hinting that we have to listen more than we speak. Because when we speak, we are only telling what we already know. But when we listen, we learn new things. There is a famous author called Stephen Covey who said we should listen to understand, not just to respond. We all know Tom and Jerry, right? I'll continue it later. So thank you all.
Yes, the 2 years said it all. So definitely we have to be extremely careful while we are listening, because there will be a lot of cues thrown away by our Toastmaster listener, and you will have to answer those questions. So keep your eyes, ears, and all the senses open, because you are going to be quizzed in the end. With that, my team and Detective Pikachu will now leave the stage, but to come back later with an investigation report on how the crimes went by today. Were there any noticeable crimes, or it was fairly okay? So that report will come to you in the end. With that, over to you, Toastmaster.
Okay, thank you, General Evaluator, for the introduction to your tag team. And we will wait for your report at the end of the session. Moving on to the speech section. Before I introduce our first speaker, I would like to introduce the first evaluator for today. Okay, our first evaluator is actually a project consultant who loves swimming, working out, and binge watching shows. She's a big fan of Powerpuff Girls and how they work together as a team and how they save the day. Without any further ado, please welcome our first evaluator to explain Speaker 1 speech guidelines, Toastmaster Bhumika Yadav.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. So today I have the privilege of evaluating Vibha's speech. She'll be delivering her level 1 project 2 speech from her pathway program, which is motivational speech. The purpose of this project is to motivate or influence the audience through a structured and persuasive speech style. So with that, I wish Vibha all the best, and back to the team on.
I'm sure the word of the day.
Okay, I think we missed this. Sorry. The word of the day today is quirky, which means having peculiar or unexpected traits. And there's a second meaning also, which is unconventional, appealing in a fun way. Some of the usages that you can have is his quirky doodles captured everyone's attention. Bright Hearts meetings always have a quirky energy, colorful fun, and some surprises. So I would encourage everyone to use the word of the day in their speeches and whenever they are on stage, right? Okay. So we'll move on to the first speaker. Our first speaker is actually an analyst with Target. She is a certified yoga instructor and a diploma in Bharatanatyam, varied interests. Her favorite character is Shinchan and his movie, especially because they end up having different situations and they end up becoming more and more amusing. With that, I would like to introduce our first speaker for today, Toastmaster Vibha Vadve. Toastmaster Vibha, spark in his eyes, Toastmaster Vibha. All the best.
A frustrated, broke young boy of age 10 borrowed rupees 10 from someone, and without telling anyone, he left his small town in search of a better life. He came to a city and started a tea shop. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Now you might be wondering who I'm talking about. No, it's not our PM Narendra Modi. It's my Dadaji, Murli Dharji Varde. Attracted by the city lights and dreaming of a more comfortable life, he came to Jodhpur with nothing but just hope. His journey was not at all easy. He tried many businesses: sweet shop, tea shop, pawn shop, footwear. Failure after failure, but he never gave up. Slowly, his persistence paid off. Starting with just 10 rupees, he went on to own plots of land and built his own house. When things got better for him, he called all his family members to Jodhpur and supported his brothers to settle down in the city. Only after becoming financially independent, he chose to marry. Later, he built a family of 10, including 4 grandkids. I still remember him. 5'2" in height, always wearing white kurta pajama, his hair and mustache completely white, a Titan watch on his hand, and walking slowly with the support of a stick. Every day at 9 p.m., he would return from his shop, and before 20 steps reaching to the entrance, he would call out all his grandkids' names: Maradipya, Yamu, Vibha, Bhumu. And we would run towards him, fighting with each other who would be picked up first. He would lift us one by one and swing us in the air, then slowly walked inside. Though he loved his granddaughters a lot, but he shared a very special bond with his only grandson. The relation was more than best friends. Every time he used to tell people that one day my grandson will earn from Bombay and he will bring the first car to our home. One day in 2015, my Dadaji suddenly fell ill. We all panicked and his condition got so serious that he had to be hospitalized. Days passed. Instead of recovering, his health kept declining. The ever-smiling person started losing his charm and looked pale and sad. Doctors said his time is near. We had tried everything to bring him back home. Now we all know how much that Marwadi loved success, wealth, family, earnings, and always wished his grandkids to succeed in life. In those difficult times, my brother had just started his own company. My Dadaji lay on a hospital bed, and my uncle came and said, "You always wish your grandson to earn from Bombay. Now, see, he is earning from America. Wake up now." Hearing that, my Dadaji opened his eyes. And when he realized that the money is not coming from Bombay, it's coming from US, his eyes sparkled for a brief moment. He could not say anything. but we all felt the joy. Meanwhile, at home, my aunt was reciting the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita for his moksha. She sent the sanctified water to the hospital, and my Dadaji drank it, as if he was only waiting for that moment. And then he left us. Ladies and gentlemen, when I look back at my Dadaji's journey, I see a man ran tirelessly after his dreams, starting with just 10 rupees. He has not just built success, wealth, earnings, a house, but a foundation that gave stability to my family and gave a chance to my brother and I to study well. Now we own a beautiful house and a luxury car. Yet the painful part is my Dadaji is not here to witness all this. In pursuit of success, we sometimes forget to ask our parents and grandparents what they are still holding on to. Maybe it's a foreign trip they're secretly dreaming of. Maybe they want to celebrate the upcoming festival together with you. Maybe bringing home their childhood friend for a reunion. Or maybe they simply want your time. We may never be able to add years to their lives, but we can certainly add life to their years by fulfilling their wishes, by making them feel proud and complete. We fulfill our Dadaji's wish. What loving memory will you create for yours? Toastmaster of the day.
Wow, what a wonderful, what a moving speech. These are some inspirational stories we keep hearing often, but then we forget it. So this was really a powerful reminder to what our previous generations have done to set the foundation, at which we are also, growing and trying to do something for ourselves. But really wonderful story. Thanks, Vibha, for sharing that. All right, moving on to our second speaker. But before I introduce our second speaker, I would like to call upon the second evaluator for today. She is a person with many hobbies. She likes writing, reading, and spending time with friends. Her favorite character is from the Archie's world, which is Betty. Now, Betty, I don't know how many of you have seen Archie's, but Betty is a very serious character in the Archie's world. She always tries to be a perfectionist, and she always strives to get appreciation from others. But she's also very studious and very, very serious personality. So you can understand what the evaluator is trying to tell about herself. Without any further ado, please welcome our second evaluator for today, Toastmaster Sneha.
Good evening, everyone. So today I'm about to evaluate a speaker who's attempting her level 1 speech 2. So the purpose of this project is to learn basic methods of writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present the speech in a well-organized manner on any topic of her choice. So with that, I wish my speaker all the best. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sneha. Moving on to our second speaker, she is an HR manager. She's an HR manager who loves watching movies and spending time with her pets, Ginger and Pepper. I hope I've not got the names correct. All right. She's a big fan of Card Captor Sakura, right? If I'm pronouncing that right. I think it's one of those dreamy anime shows which involves cards and magic. I've watched a few of the episodes, but I don't recall so much. But all the best to you, Toastmaster Malem, for your speech. Welcoming the second speaker on stage, Toastmaster Malim. Toastmaster Malim, sometimes you just dive in, sometimes you just dive in. Toastmaster Malim, all the best.
Philippines. To my friends, it was sunshine, beaches, and island hopping. Me, I imagined drowning in a hotel swimming pool. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
You see, I didn't know how to swim. And more than that, I am very, very, very scared of water. I get nervous just seeing at the swimming pool. When my friends chill around, have fun around the pool, swimming, having fun, partying, they're calling me to be part of the group. And I'm like, no, that's not my thing. I'm going to stay right here outside the pool. This is my safe space. And this is how scared I was. I would not go inside the pool because I was so scared of water. And when my friends told me, let's go to Philippines, the first thought that came to my mind was, what would I even do there? I mean, everything is water and I'm scared of water. But somehow they convinced me and I agreed. And I packed my bags, my gears, my wetsuits, snorkel, mask, with no absolute idea of how I'm going to use them ever, right? Fast forward, we reached Philippines. Our first stop was Cebu City. And on the first day itself, my friends, my dear friends, they wanted to go snorkeling with the sardines. And we did. We went to Molbol. Molbol is a coastal town in Cebu City where millions of sardines gather together near the shore, creating a giant bait ball, living, moving wall of fish. It sounded magical. Until I saw the ocean that day. The waves was rough, the tide was high, and the fear took over me. I didn't want to do that. That was not me. That's not happening. I'm not getting into the sea. This is not the day I die. Surely. But my friends and the guide didn't give up. I did try my best. I did try my best to convince them that this is not my thing. This is not happening. I don't want to die today, for sure. But they didn't give up. They kept convincing me. They kept pacifying me. They tried to calm me down. And they kept saying, you have a life vest. You're safe. And we are there for you. And nothing's going to happen to you. And while they were talking about the life vest, all I could think about was, do I have a life insurance? Oh, yeah, thank God I do. So after a lot of pacifying, after a lot of convincing, I finally agreed to take a leap of faith in myself. I got into the ocean. Of course, I was struggling. I was kicking, panicking, splashing around. But the guide was with me throughout, patiently teaching me how to use the snorkel. He said, breathe. Open your eyes, wear the mask, put your head down and look. Simple instructions, right? Except I was stuck in step number 1, opening my eyes. It felt, even blinking felt like a, task, major task. Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Even blinking felt like a major task. He nudged me again and I looked down and I had to pee. And that's when magic happened. What I saw took my breath away. Sea of sardines, thousands of them, shimmering silver, moving together as one giant creature. I was spellbound. I didn't know what I was seeing. It felt like I was floating in the middle of a galaxy. In that moment, my fear vanished. And I was not scared. I was in awe. The first day in the rough sea taught me, so basically it made me more confident. It made me more confident. After that, I snorkeled along the beautiful, colorful coral reefs. I saw bright blue starfish and clownfish, yes, the Nemo kind. And it was amazing. It was just amazing. Sorry, I'm ill prepared, I think. So it felt like I was swimming inside the swimming pool. Sorry, it felt like I was swimming inside a big aquarium, except it was alive and endless. We explored the islands. We explored, I even kayaked alone around the island where we were having lunch. And every day I was getting into the sea, I was getting more comfortable. And that was something that I did not expect. I thought that was never possible. And I realized that it was not the ocean that was stopping me. It was me all along. So this trip taught me 3 powerful learnings. 1, courage does not leap before, it leaps after. The moment we stepped in, courage arrives and meet us. 2nd, the right people around you matters. My friend and the guide believed in me while I did not believe in myself. 3rd, beauty often lies beyond fear. If I would have given in to the fear, I would have missed out on one of the most beautiful sights of my life. So my ocean was swimming. Yours can be public speaking, chasing a dream, or doing something that you were always afraid of. So don't keep your eyes closed, open them. Open them. You might discover something amazing, or find your beautiful self. Thank you.
Wow. Going to Philippines and seeing fishes, I saw food in her. Because whenever I see fishes, I find it like tasty. So I would rather go and eat it rather than exploring the. Okay. So Pikachu accepts your speech. It's also feeling hungry. Thank you, Toastmaster Malam, for sharing this beautiful memory. I think I also have a few friends who keep calling me back to do such things without any plan B or an insurance certificate. I would expect right now, given my age, that I will have insurance certificates to do such things. But yeah, thank you for that. Moving on to our third speaker. But before I move on to the third speaker, do you guys know which is the highest selling cartoon character throughout the world? Yes, it's actually Mickey Mouse, because they have created a whole franchisee of Disneyland. It is present in more than 3 countries and it makes a lot of money. People have resorts there in Disneyland where they go and stay. It's actually $10,000 a night in countries like the US. So given that the money that they make through these franchisee outlets And through these various experiences, they are actually one of the richest fandom bases in the world. Wow. Okay. So moving on to our third speaker, but before I welcome our third speaker, I would like to call upon the third evaluator for today. All right. Our third evaluator is a software engineer who loves cooking and spending time traveling and with friends as well. Now, the inspiration that he got was from the character Shinchan, where he says that this 5-year-old person had more guts and more moves and comebacks than an adult ever has. And it taught him to actually express the art of annoying people with confidence. With that, welcoming the third evaluator for today to explain Speaker 3 guidelines, Toastmaster Madhur Patle.
Good evening, bright hearts, dear guest and Detective Pikachu. Pikachu. And what a wonderful theme today. Aditya, you're literally bringing our childhood memories back to the adulthood. And to the introduction, I remembered one moment where my classmates were trying to imitate the Shinchan by teasing our teacher by giving expressions like something like that. It was funny to whole class, but our teacher didn't find it funny. Coming on to the speech, today I have privilege to evaluate the speech from Toastmaster Abhik. Abhik will be presenting the level 1 project 3 from his pathway dynamic leadership. The purpose of the project is to practice using vocal variety or body language to enhance the speech. With that, I wish all the best the speaker, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhur, for explaining the speech guidelines of the third speaker. Moving on to our third speaker. Our third speaker is a financial risk manager who comes from the city of Indore, and he loves poetry and sports. When I asked him what's his favorite cartoon show, he said it's Tom and Jerry because of the world of chaos that they bring on the screen, and also simultaneously the friendship that they share on screen. So it's both the world running parallel where there is chaos and confusion, and there is bonding and friendship. With that, introducing our third speaker for the day, Toastmaster Abhik Agrawal. Toastmaster Abhik, hate to love, Toastmaster Abhik. All the best.
Sushi and salsa. These were the two alien concepts to me while I was growing up in a middle class family in a small town. And so was coffee. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and dear guests. My family lived on coffee. My family lived on tea, morning tea, evening tea, afternoon tea, and the nation's favorite time pass, chai par charcha, gossip over tea, whenever a guest comes. Coffee had a place in our home, but it was kept somewhere in the corner in the kitchen shelf and would come out whenever there is a VIP guest visiting us. And he has the audacity to say, actually, I'll prefer a coffee. My journey with coffee started little late when I was visiting a friend's place for study. And while we were both pretending to study, his mother got us a couple of cups of coffee. I took the coffee cup in my hand. Wow, that was love at first smell. I was hooked to the bittersweet taste of coffee. Since then, whenever I visited his place, his mother will give me coffee, and once she introduced me to something called cold coffee. And since then, cold coffee became my most favorite drink, beating my childhood favorite, Rasna. Years passed by. I went to college And in college, once my group of friends dragged me to CCD, our very own Cafe Coffee Day. Till that day, I thought the universe of coffee only had two types, hot coffee and cold coffee. And I thought I knew this all. The waiter came while we were chit-chatting, gave the menu card to one of my friends, and they were looking what to order. While I was sitting comfortably, I thought I know it all. Hot coffee, cold coffee, I'll order when it comes to me. Probably these people are from some small town, they do not know. That's why they'll have to go through the menu, they'll have to see. So they started ordering. They were saying some names which I actually could not understand, but I was confident I'll order. Then the menu was passed on to me. Just out of curiosity, I looked into the menu. I could not find the name cold coffee in the whole menu, and it had many weird names. It was reading like a Harry Potter spell book to me. There were names like latte, prepe, mocha, and what was this? Cappuccino? Cappuccino. I could not understand what that name was. And ultimately, I ordered something which I knew I'm pronouncing right. And I nervously waited for that coffee to come. I saw the waiter was coming to me with this big mug of coffee. I took the mug with shivering hands and I looked into it, and all my fears came true. It had some dark water, which I don't think was coffee. But what I could have done, I took the first sip. This coffee was 10 times bitter than the Karela ki sabji, the bitter gourd curry, which my mother used to feed me forcibly in my childhood. But I had no choice. Out of the fear of being judged, sip by sip, I finished my coffee. It took me a few minutes, but it felt like a lifetime. After that, in college, we many times we visited CCD. I got comfortable with that spell book. I started understanding what are the coffee types, and I realized that old cold coffee which my friend's mother used to give me, that is somehow close to something called frappe in this book, and I used to order frappe and other coffees. Years went by. Um, Years went by, and I luckily I got married to a girl who is coffee connoisseur. And now our home's kitchen looks more like a mini Starbucks. It has coffee powder, coffee beans, coffee filters, coffee machines, and whatnot. And she is the only one who knows how to juggle with all these things and come up with something which is one of the best coffee one can ever have. So this was my story, friends, that how I became from a coffee hater to a coffee lover. And this story also taught me a subtle life lesson that sometimes when you're open to a change, sometimes when you're open to try something new, who knows, life can give you some really, really good surprises. So I would request all of you to be open to change and be open to try new things. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. What a wonderful story. Toastmaster Abhik. I think I have developed the love for coffee recently. I was a tea person myself, but since the last 1 year, something has changed. Every morning I look to coffee and I find that taste very, very exciting. And I look forward to frappes and cappuccinos whenever I go out. But yeah, I think it's a very interesting journey that you have had with the most famous beverage across the world. Okay. Now, before we move on to our break, I'd just like to ask one question. I don't know if you guys can take it, but it's an easy question. Can you name the cartoon which resulted in a higher sales of a particular vegetable throughout the world? Yes, Popeye. And which vegetable is it? Spinach. Yes. So Popeye was a cartoon that became so famous in the US that people started buying spinach because they thought that it gives them additional energy, boosts their confidence. and especially males who thought that they could protect their girlfriends. All right, interesting facts. Okay, so we have come to the end of the first segment, which is the speech segment. And now I think we will start voting. So this is the voting link. Okay, so anybody done with voting? Okay, so we'll have a break after this till 5:20, and we are going to come back and resume our. Sorry. Yeah.
We got 3 responses so far.
Oh yeah, of course.
Can you do one on behalf of? Anybody who has internet issues to use Priyansh's hotspot?
So go here.
Once you finish voting, you can step out. We have chai, pe charcha outside and water. Okay.
Okay, so before I move on to our final segment, I would just like to. Oops, this is not working now. Not to look. Okay, so we have had 2 different worlds of cartoons actually. We have had the Western world, where it is more fantasy, dreams. It focuses on more children. It has, it has basically a lot of fluid animation involved. So that's the Western part of the world, which focuses on Mickey Mouse, Simpsons, SpongeBob's, and the so-called popular shows that have existed in the West. Whereas we have on the Eastern side, which is the anime, the world of anime, which became more popular after the 1970s. And that's because a lot of these characters were relatable to real life. It focused on teenage adults different experiences that people have in their day to day. Like, for example, my personal favorite anime is Death Note. I don't know how many of you have watched it. It's a very famous anime show, and it taught me a lot of things, especially about a world where you could write somebody's name and just kill that person. So I wish I had those kind of notebooks. Yeah. Okay. All right. Now, as adults, I would request all of you to continue watching cartoons because it helps in your mental and physical well-being. It helps in simulating your parts of brain which have been dead by talking to people, by working on your laptops, and which have actually nothing inside. I feel after working for 9 hours a day. So if you go back to watching cartoons, they are actually much more healthier way of bringing back things to life with colors and with different characters who can help simulate your brain. Yes. Now with that, I would like to hand over the stage to a person who is a Japanese-speaking software professional. She is a Potterhead herself, and she loves watching shows, especially sitcoms. She is a big fan of Ninja Hattori. And this was an interesting story she told me, that she and her sister would often dream about becoming ninjas, thinking that if they had a world, they would start climbing walls, flying with clothes, and throwing spades at each other, and they wish that they would exist in such a world. It was really, really fun. With that, I would like to hand it over to our table topic master, Toastmaster Manjarika.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for such a nice introduction. And thank you for selecting such a fun topic for the team. Okay. Good evening, my dear Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
My favorite thing about cartoons is that how even a small mousetrap or a pipe could lead to an entire world inside. Like in Augie and the Cockroaches, Augie jumps into a pipe and suddenly there is so much water that he has to start swimming. Full of Alice in the Wonderland type of stuff. And today, I would like all of you to think of table topics like a pipe. Small question, but big adventure. So get ready to jump in and see where your words can take you. A small introduction about table topics for the guests. Table topics is an impromptu speaking session in a Toastmasters meeting. As a table topic master, I will be calling upon members or guests on the stage to speak on a topic for 1 to 2 minutes. This session has no preparation, just quick thinking and creativity. So let's start with our first speaker. Nivedita, could you come? Okay. Okay. Nivedita, your topic is, which cartoon character do you want as a best friend and why?
Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. Yes. So, my introduction to cartoon, I should be thanking one person, that is my younger brother. He is the reason I ended up watching cartoons growing up, mostly. As Aru mentioned, like how she and her brother bonded over it. We kind of fought over it because I was at that age where I wanted to watch MTV Select and he would want to watch cartoon. So it was always a tug of war, and we used to make sure that when there was, ad break in one place, we would switch over to the other cartoon. But coming to a cartoon character which I would want as a friend would be the very own Scooby-Dooby-Doo. So Scooby-Dooby-Doo, like Scooby, was this dog, pet dog, who used to help his friend find all the criminals. They used to go on all these adventures. And as a pet lover myself, but sadly not allowed to keep a pet at home, I always used to envy or people who had a pet dog. So for me, Scooby, he was, his quirky self. He had his way of being scared, but still finding ways to find the criminal. So while growing up, I've always wished that I had a pet dog like that. So Manjarika, to answer your question, if I had or if I could materialize one cartoon character into an actual living, breathing being, that would be Scooby Dooby Doo for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Nivedita, for such a nice story. Okay. Next up, I would like to call upon a guest. Teju, would you like to try? Okay, Teju, your topic is, who is your favorite cartoon character and why do you like them so much?
So my favorite cartoon is Popeye the Sailor Man. So whenever I found that, I would be very thrilled actually how he eats spinach and he would gain more strength and to like to protect her his girlfriend and all. It would be yeah, that's what. Even I felt like I have to become stronger like Popeye, and that's what inspired me to go to gym also. Yeah, that's it. Then I always used used to like that fight between Popeye and I don't remember that villain name. It's been Brutus. Yeah, that one I used to like. So then I used to watch cartoon till my 10th actually. I used to watch Popeye the Sailor Man and Pokemon. Also, I like Pokemon very much. As like Pokemon, he don't have to fight. He has to just collect all those characters with the ball. So it would be so good. Like I always imagine, like if I get that chance, I could collect those characters, and I used to leave them to fight with my enemies. And yeah, this is about. So, thank you.
Okay. Show of hands, who wants to try next? Okay. Vinshu, I will call a guest next. Vinshu, your topic is, if you could jump into any cartoon world, which would you choose and what would you do in it?
Good evening, bright hearts, Toastmasters, and dear guests. If I can jump in one of the cartoon and do anything, I would jump in maybe Tom and Jerry, and I will help Jerry so that Tom will and make chaos. There's a lot of chaos still there, but I will make sure it will be 10x of what actually it is now. This cartoon I love because the energy that they bring, every second there is a change and twist in the story. This Tom will be catching Jerry, going in garden, then in home, and then anywhere in the drilling, wherever, I don't know. But yeah, I love that. To be honest, I watched very less of cartoons in my childhood. I only used to watch when I used to go at my cousin's home or my friend's place or somewhere in the neighbor's home. But you enjoy the time when even though I got very less, I used to watch the Chota Bheem. Popeye the Sailor Man was the best cartoon that my closest friend of my school used to watch, and that's how I know about just Popeye the Sailor Man with that big chicks and a lot of drawings. Even I didn't know that he was very famous of eating that spinach. I got to know about that today. That was the thing. But I would jump in Tom and Jerry and make the chaos even more, and so that people will enjoy, and maybe that will become a franchisee the new day if I jump in that cartoon. Thank you. That was it.
Thank you, Twinshu. It would really be nice. Then it would be Tom and Jerry and Twinshu then. Okay, next up, can we have you? Yes. Your name? Jerry. Jerry. Okay, Jerry, your topic is, what is one advice that you would give to your favorite cartoon character?
I'm not like much into cartoons, but if I have to give an advice, it would be to the it would be to the like main character of like Doraemon. I don't know the name of the main character. Huh?
Kenichi?
Yeah.
Nobita, Nobita.
Yeah. So in general, like he like always used to be very like he always used to be like asking for help, yeah, for every small things. One thing I would say is that to be a bit more like self-reliant and not always be asking for help. Another thing is that the advice which I'll give is that to be, if I have to give an advice to Nobita, who is supposedly like my favorite cartoon character, I'm not getting the advice to give. Uh, it would be to basically like ask and approach the girl that you love. As he was like always in his own head, and he wasn't able to like approach uh, the girl that he liked, and I think her like name was Shizuka. Yeah. So yeah, it would what my advice would be to the yeah, would what be.
Thank you, Jerry. Next, Ilango, would you like to?
Lango! Ilan, go!
Okay. Okay. Okay, Ilango. Your topic is, which cartoon character are you jealous of and why?
My topic is, which cartoon character I am jealous of.
Jealous of.
Be honest, I am jealous of all the cartoon characters. Since all the children love the cartoon, all the youngers, all the old age people love the cartoon. Is it?
Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes. Also, they love to keep it in keychain, right? Also in the car dashboard. Also, whenever they want to drive, some of the people like this, keeping as a, what is it, partner, They're traveling, but we are not getting that kind of chance, right? In specific, you asked one cartoon character. During my childhood days, Shaktiman, you know, right? How it will be. That's how he will flip. He will do whatever you want. He is the hero. Even the film, whatever the hero is coming, it is short span of hero. But that time, Shaktiman is the hero for everyone. He loves it. Lot of cartoon chips or whatever thing. If you buy any chocolates and all, you will get that sticker. We will stick it in hand. We'll show we are the Shaktiman, right? So that much I loved. I jealous of him. I want to be a Shaktiman during that time. Still, I'm Shaktiman. I feel sometime when I see in that picture. I see in that WhatsApp also someone posted the Shaktiman. Really, it's memorized me that I jealous of Shaktiman. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ilango. With that, we come to the end of the table topics session. Over to you, Team Modi. Oh, G. Okay.
Team Pikachu is back in action. Yeah. Okay. I think.
Takes time.
And yes, we have our Detective Pikachu's agreement, and we start the general evaluation segment. So as we move, we'll evaluate each and every segment that starting from the beginning till the end. And now going to the speech evaluation sections, I would like to call the evaluators first. To call the first evaluator, we have Bhumika Yadav, who is our first evaluator, who will be evaluating our speaker, Vibha.
Thank you, General Evaluator Debsha. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. And a very special good evening to my target speaker, Vibha. Vibha, what a wonderful job you did today. I was so amazed and I could feel each and every part of your story. The moment you spoke of the spark in his eyes and you described your grandfather's characteristics, I could feel and I could see that the entire room, the energy flickered in the entire room. So your speech, Vibha, carried both emotional and persuasion. I'm sure the speech made it memorable for everyone. Now, from your speech, I have two highlights which I'd like to highlight. First one is the vivid storytelling. So your storytelling, I can say, was your biggest strength. The way you described, like how your grandfather left home and came to Jodhpur with just 10 rupees in hand. But more than that, he had hopes, motivations, and confidence. It actually painted a clear picture and made all of us emotionally invested in your speech. So good job on that. Second highlight was the motivational energy. So Vibha, your energy was contagious. Like every one of us could relate to that. And that enthusiasm in your voice, it made the audience not just listen, but also reflect on their own lives. With that, I have two areas of improvements as well for you. First one is stage coverage and movements. You obviously, you however had a very strong presence, but I noticed that your movement on the stage was like sometimes it felt confined to one particular area. And I believe like purposeful stage coverage is important in every speech and delivery, right? So I'll just give you an example. For example, if you're talking about past, you could just come in the left. If you're talking about present, you could cover the center part of the stage. If you're talking about future, right side, right? So what it will do, it will reinforce your messaging, and it will also add impact and would help all of us or you to connect with everyone in the room. Second suggestion is stronger closing punch. So your closing was heartfelt, but in the persuasive speeches, I think ending is the one short take home spark, right? We take home the ending, what we hear from the speakers. So in the persuasive speech, I can just tell you an example. However, the ending was great, but you could just mention something like, all of you could try and find spark in someone's eyes today. Something like that, just a takeaway. I'm sure it would have made your speech or message echo in the audience's mind long after. So, to conclude, overall speech you shone brightly because of your storytelling and energy. And the spark you created today, I'm sure, will shine brighter and everybody will witness it in your future speeches. So, congratulations on a powerful speech, Vibha. And I look forward to seeing more sparks in your speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Bhumika, for the elaborate evaluation. Toastmaster Vibha, I was trying to not to tell you your evaluation during the break time, but yes, of course, it was very heartfelt and inspiring listening to your story of your grandfather. Interesting thing was her Bharatnatyam actions were actually coming out like this. So, and you get to know that it's inbuilt in you right now because your body language and hand gestures are your strengths right now. All you need to work upon is your voice modulation, because at time the pitch was high, pitch was getting low. That is something on the stage we have to ensure that each and every person feels the voice at every corner of the stage. That is something you can practice. Otherwise, all in all, extremely inspiring. I liked how you opened with a quote, ended with a question, connecting with the audiences, and all the points that had been called out by the TOS evaluator. I agree upon that. So no major comments, but congratulations on your speech. Coming to our evaluator, of course, I would like you to kind of be cognizant of the time. So when the green card is starting, you can figure out on conclusion. I would expect you to spend a little bit more time on the improvements, call out the good areas in the beginning itself, and then conclude it in the end. So that you don't run out of the time. Otherwise, on point evaluations and also great examples on how you can utilize on the stage, point 1, point 2, and point 3. And also we have diamond structures. So all of those well covered. So great job on that. Now coming to the second evaluator. So our second speaker was Malim. So I would like to invite the second evaluator, Sneha, to give the evaluation.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening again to my target speaker, Malim. So Malim, your topic was sometimes you just dive in. And that topic itself held so much promise that I was anticipating, and I'm sure everybody was anticipating. And you gave such a compelling speech on facing our fears and coming out strong out of it. We were inspired by you as you embodied your speech. So I have 3 points of highlights for you and 2 points of something that you can work on. So coming to the highlights, firstly, your storytelling skills, they are really good. So you took us into your world, Malam, where you were faced with a fear and how you did not just let it overtake your life and be held back by it, but you faced it and how you came out of that situation. And we felt at each step of the way how your anxiety was talking to you and how you overcame that situation each time. And second one was your script. You have very great language usage. Your word usage is flawless. And you had us hooked on to your story. Some phrases, I'm sure the grammarian will tell you many more, but snorkeling with the sardines, aquarium was alive and endless, shimmering silver moving together as one giant creature. That was very striking narrative, very great, vivid vocabulary. Great humor. You were like, I was still stuck in step one. Clownfish, the Nemo kind. So that was really interactive. You had great structure of the speech. You had a great opening of what Thailand meant for your friends and what it meant to you. And then the body of the trip was great because you were telling the exact story, how it happened, how your friends reacted. So that was great. I saw some enactments also where your friends were convincing you, how you got convinced. That was very well shown. And the conclusion was my favorite part. You gave us amazing 3 lessons. One was on courage, one was right people, and another was beauty of life beyond fear. And you ended with a great message. My ocean is swimming and yours can be something that you fear. So that was great. Now coming to a few points that you can work on. So you can practice more. You can practice the speech multiple times. Your recovery after faltering is what matters the most, right? And as public speakers, we all go through it. You were very poised and in control, and I felt that you came out of it strong and you made sure that you delivered your speech, which is your gift to the world, right? The message. So you did that to you. So kudos to you on that. The second one is you can use simpler words. Your speech, to be effective, your script has big, amazing words, but sometimes you can get caught up in saying all the phrases exactly. So use simpler words, and I think they'll hold you in good stead. To summarize, your storytelling skills are great, great structure, good script, and you can just work on practicing more and using simpler words to take your speech to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sneha, for the evaluation. Your evaluation was quite crisp and it contained the points that I agree upon. No major qualms, only just you were trying to kind of run again because of the time limit. So that can be worked upon. Coming to Malim, of course, your speech reminded me of Zindagi Na Milegi Dobara. So that stayed with me. But of course, I agree to Sneha's point as well. My suggestions would be you have to ensure that you practice a lot. And we talked about the timelines. You can start practicing from Tuesday itself so that you are not fumbling during the speech on Sunday. There were quite a lot of distractions. You were holding your specs a lot many times. It's a part of our body, right? And if it is disturbing us, we will end up forgetting our speech. So I would say that you can look because as a leader tomorrow we will have to avoid distractions while we are addressing the crowd. So you can kind of do a sense check before you come on the stage, right? Practice, see how it is going on. So one dry run would also help you to get the sense out of it. Otherwise, great comeback. Just keep practicing and you will just be there. Now we will go to the evaluation of the third speaker. So we have evaluator Madhur who will be evaluating our speaker Abhik. So over to you, Toastmaster.
Good evening, fellow bright hearts and dear guest. Today, we had a privilege to listen to the speech of Toastmaster Abhik. Abhik, you not only smashed the objectives of your speech, but also you made us realize what is the aroma of coffee. Few things that really stood out for me is the start of the speech. You started with sushi and salsa, and you introduced the term coffee. That really hooked the attention of the audience. And I was sitting at the edge of my seat to know the other stories that Abhik has to share about the coffee. Second thing is the humor. I noticed 2 to 4 times where audience were expressing laughter. So the humor were sprinkled evenly
and few of the jokes were land very perfectly in your speech. For example, cold coffee beating rasna. And the third thing is the body language. While expressing, like reading the menu, latte, mocha, and hesitantly expressing cappuccino, we could notice how is the love for coffee has grown inside you, like starting from ignoring the coffee, then loving the hot coffee, and your love started with the cold coffee. But I have few things that can take your speech to the next level. Well, I really agree on the conclusion that we should be open to try out new things, but I felt a little disconnect in the title and the conclusion. The title is Hate to Love, and in conclusion, you express we should open to try out new things. So I observe we could have a different title like Dare to Try, or New Flavor of Life, or The Power of New. And another area of improvement can be more expressing the emotions. For example, you introduce your wife as a coffee lover and a skilled coffee maker. You could have expressed few more stories. As I observed, you use little less time compared to what have allotted. If I'm correct, you use 5 minutes, 13 to 20 seconds, and you could have expressed more stories so that audience could have connected with you even better. Apart from that, I really liked your story, and I really agree with you that we should be try out new things which could have new flavors of life. And coming to the objectives, vocal variety and body languages, I agree with the vocal variety. I was sitting at the last of the room and I could able to hear you crystal clear. So summarizing it all, great start, great humor, and a good body language. Areas of improvement could be on making a better title and time usage, and more emotion can be expressed. With that, I wish you all the best for the future coming stories. With that, back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Madhu, for the evaluation. Abhik, you are a good storyteller, especially when you are describing your event with the coffee. I think we all related to that, on how we started with rasna, with coffee, and now how some of them are coffee lovers, some of them are tea, and some, like me, are not even lover of coffee and tea as well. But yes, we all related to your stories. But since this was a vocal variety and body language speech, that is where you had to go all out. I was expecting you will experiment a lot. We are all professionals and we know we have to kind of be extremely restrictive with our body language when it comes to addressing the crowd. But I would have loved it if you would have used like more vocal variety. When you called out to your friend, actually, I love coffee. Something like that would have just ensured that you're using your vocal variety. It's just an experimentation. Yes, we might not do it in a real life, but it would help you open up as a public speaker. Even I agree with points from Madhur. You could have experimented more with describing the situations. Those would have made your speech much more impactful. So even though there was a great try in vocal variety and body language, but it could have amped up. On Madhur, on your evaluation, again, you kind of put together all of things, improvement areas, as well as the good things that you liked. Since again, the topic was on vocal variety and body language, I would have, I was expecting that you would talk about more on the objectives of the speech evaluation rather than only talking about the structure. So just be careful that whenever you are evaluating level 3 speeches and all, you'll have to only focus on objectives, because that is where the speakers are going to take back their learnings. With that, we have completed the evaluation of the speech section. I'll call my tag team right now to give the timer. I'll call in the end, but I'll call the tag team to give a report on the crimes where they committed or not. So right now calling up on stage our counter Junmi.
Good evening again, Toastmaster and dear guests. So I'll be sharing the R Counter log, starting with SSA President and Toastmaster of the day. It's a very positive energy, nothing to note, and it was a flawless delivery of speech. And coming to the evaluators, Bhumika, Sneha, and Madhur, I couldn't have any moments in that. So it was again a flawless speech, and to a perfection you have delivered. And to the speakers, Biva and Abhik, I admire the ability to deliver a flawless speech. And my veracious report for Malam includes multiple R's and a few repetitive words and some long pauses. But your story was very inspiring. I don't want to be very critical about it. I hope for the first time I should do justice to sharing the log. And to the TTM, Manjarika, I hope I pronounced it correctly. And yeah, it was a very good speech. So no moment on that as well. And all the table topic speakers was almost good. And Nivedita, it was very good, flawless again. And speakers, Teju, I'm myself doing so many asks. Now I realize. Okay. Shu and Jerry, there were a few moments, and Jerry has some repetitive words like so, like, and all the moments I can pick on Jerry and Ilango. Right. Yeah, Ilango, it was flawless. It was super. And no moment for you. It was perfect. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jurmin. I'm guessing you're taking this role for the first time. And well, good job done. One suggestion would be that since we have the CRPF structure, so it would be wise if you kind of structure it on who used majority of which crutch words and all, so that it just your entire report comes out to be extremely structured. So that's the advice and the improvement area that I have. Next, I would like to call upon our G-Man, the defender of grammar, Toastmaster Gopinath, for his reports.
Okay, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, guests, and of course, Pikachu here. Now, I'm here to deliver the grammarian report. Well, first of all, this was such a colorful, lovely, and quirky meeting. Now, one of the best things, right? Now, before I dive into the language highlights, I just wanted to thank everyone. It's very tough being a grammarian here. Come on. Yeah, you remember the meme that comes through where a person stares at a player when he drops the catch?
Yes.
That's exactly my emotion here as being a grammarian. How will I even fill these fields? Jokes apart, fantastic performance and speeches, everyone, right? It was beautiful. I'm searching, I'm just waiting for you to make a mistake. I did become a grammar police at the end, but you did not. You guys are awesome. So there were either of two things. Well, whether I'm not a good grammarian or whether I'm not a good, I don't know enough grammar to judge you guys, right? Or you're just too good. So some of the highlights that I picked up, I had always a trouble whether to listen to the quirky speeches that you have, extraordinary emotions that flow. I was having a tough time looking at that or judging you guys, but still I picked up some very good highlights. Of course, vivid vocabulary. We read these words in books and we hardly use them in real life. I love the way it was used. Embodying your speech. Well, that's something to talk about. And someone used, I think it was Nivedita, a living, breathing being, right? A living being, that's normal. A human being, it's very normal. But when you add emotion, a little bit of storytelling in a single phrase, now that was fantastic. Now, someone said, okay, I see. I'm still struggling to see evaluate because I was having a good time here. So a little of little slips here and there, are very minor slips, I would say. As a grammarian, I feel very odd to even point those out. I've done a lot of filtering because I know this is a thought process. It's a stage that requires a lot of thought before you speak every word. So those are mistaken. Some of very small nitpicking if I need to do. Someone said go at my cousin's house. Well, probably go to my cousin's house, right? It's not a big slip, but you know where I'm getting at. If I'm pointing out these things, you guys are flawless already, right? And be very much like, pretty much like. So it's just not be very like. I know it may be because of the stress on the floor, but that's all I could find out. You guys are awesome. I talked about Donkey's name last in the beginning. I'd say you guys are best. So Bright Heart's words are always the first. Thank you.
Thank you, G Man, for the grammarian report. Few nitpicks, and of course the pointer on me also that we both missed out on introducing the word of the day. So that is something that we have to remember next time when we are doing our evaluation or you are doing your grammarian report. Otherwise, we could have more good usage and phrases that could have been called out. So because of the limited time that you had, sort of got skipped. So I would request you to next time come out with elaborate words and the phrases that got used, because everyone will kind of have a takeaway for that. Now, coming to the next interesting segment that we have, this listener segment. And here we have our Beyblade master, Toastmaster Akash, to take us through the listening segment.
Hi, everyone. So, as I said, as you all have listened and understood, I think it's time for you to respond back. First question. What chapter of Bhagavad Gita was Vibhas aunt referring to? You can raise your hands.
What chapter was it?
What chapter of Bhagavad Gita was Vibhas aunt referring to? Bhumika. Correct. Who's most scared of water still reached Philippines? Both hands. Yeah. Who's the one who never stops talking about bright hearts with their family members?
Everyone, right?
That's everyone. But especially today. Vibhor. Who got inspired to go to gym because of Popeye? Manzarika. We should listen to understand, not just respond. Who said it?
Please ask again.
We should listen to understand, not just to respond. Who was raising hands? Yeah, Priyansh.
You.
No, no, wrong. Wrong. Right. I'll reveal the answer. It was the author who revealed. I clearly said that it was the author who said. Last question, huh? Everyone make sure to attend Bright Anniversary meeting on October 12th. Madhur? This meeting. Correct answer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Akash. I hope everyone has 2 years, or who does not have 2 years. Raise your hands. With that, we'll come to the timer report. I would like to invite our Roadrunner Sangam to give the timer report.
Well, some speeches were fast like the Roadrunner, and others nearly fell in Coyote's trap. So, with that, I would like to give the timers report. So, the essay Priyansh Tripathi took 2 minutes 35 seconds. President Arundhati Basu took 12 minutes 26 seconds. TMOD for the day, Aditya Patnaik took total of 19 minutes 3 seconds. And then coming to speaker, Vibha took 6 minutes 36 seconds. Malim took 7 minutes 56 seconds. And Abhik took 5 minutes 19 seconds. And coming to evaluator, Bhumika took 3 minutes 54 seconds. Sneha took 3 minutes 25 seconds. And Madhur took 3 minutes 37 seconds. And Toastmaster Manjarika took total of approximately 3 minutes. And Nivedita, for table topic section, Nivedita took 1 minute 39 seconds. Teju took 1 minute 20 seconds. Twinshu took 1 minute 45 seconds. Jerry took 2 minutes 7 seconds. And Ilango took 2 minutes 5 seconds. And coming to our counter, Jurmin took 1 minute 51 seconds. Gopinath took 3 minutes 17 seconds. And Akash took 3 minutes 27 seconds. And unfortunately, only there were 3 disqualifications. And those were Malim, little bit, 16 seconds if it was there. And also Bhumika and Madhur, like 0.7 seconds and 10 seconds. So you can work on that next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sangam, for the report. Now we'll evaluate the entire meeting from beginning to end, and I'll start with the essay. Priyansh, I think right now by this time you should be throwing your phone away when you are on the stage, right? It is all by hearted, and I mean, not throwing away literally, but not use the phone on the stage. Another thing that you can experiment with is, you have to introduce Arundhati. So whenever you're coming to the stage, why not experiment in introducing her? Because it's the same introductions that you have been doing week on week, right? And this is your stage, right? I can give some example. You never know how many times a radio jockey reintroduces each and every event. So why not experiment it that way? So that's my advice to you. Coming to Arundhati for the presidential address. Again, a great job. You are an amazing speaker, anyways, well structured and everything. I would rather give again another tip that you can experiment on is you every time close with on the theme rather than why not experiment with talking about the theme, then using that theme as bright hearts, or if you are talking about one or two characters, then utilize those strengths of those characters and how you see bright hearts coming up for the entire year, and then probably structure it. Some experimentation you can do, and as a presidential address you can also give some advice either in the beginning or in the end, so it's something, an experiment you can try upon. Coming to the Toastmaster table topic master segment, Toastmaster Manjarika. Again, good choice of topics, good choice of topics. It was quite simpler, but it was after 2 to 3 speakers you started opening up and told, like for example, if a table topic person speaks a topic, you started giving your opinion only after 2 to 3 speakers came in. Rather, this is your stage and it is you to kind of engage the audience and experiment on your public speaking. So do it from the first instant itself, have some takeaways from that speech and give out your own opinion. So that will help you to enhance your table topic impromptu speaking as well. Coming to the table topic speakers itself, overall everyone did a great job. I know it's a impromptu topic that is given out, so thinking on the stage is scary, but all of you did a great job. To the guest, because you're coming for the first time, I would give a suggestion. Use a structure. Either have a start, body, or a conclusion, or use another structure called ARE, assertion, reason, and example. And spend almost 30 seconds on each. So basically, you will be able to cover the time limit that is given out. And you just structure one point, and immediately you'll have the flow ready. Coming to the points, I think one good takeaway from the table topic was from Ilango. He actually bought time by asking the question again so that everyone can take away. It's a way to kind of buy time. Either use pause or a question so that you kind of structure your thoughts. Otherwise, good job done by the members as well for putting it in structure. Now coming to the final evaluation of the Toastmaster of the day. I think we got Pikachu live here as a member because of the segment today. So good choice of engaging topic. I think everyone went back to their childhood and realized that we have come a long way where we are not even watching cartoons. So I think that's reminded us of going back to that creativity, going back to those colors to kind of keep us active. Some nitpicks here. I would like you to plan your transitions better because as the time was going up and you realize you had to kind of call upon the next segment, it's better that you plan your timings in such a way that you can transition very well. Otherwise, overall, the meeting was enjoyable. I think everyone was taken back to their nostalgia and felt the quirkiness of Pikachu calling out. And with that, over to you, President, for the closing. Voting. We'll start the voting right now. So the link for the voting line is bit.ly/bhtm vote 2. Have we received any votes? One.
Give it another 30 seconds for everybody to share their view.
with that, I would like to call upon our president, who is Madam Minnie Mouse, for the closing address.
Oh no. I was hoping it was forgotten. But with money in the room, right? Thank you very much, Toastmaster Devsha, for the very articulate evaluation. I really like the G segment. I felt everything that Devsha suggested are implementable, which is something we look forward to in evaluation. So thank you very much. Let's give her a round of applause. All right, so we got a couple of announcements to cover. So this is how we'd go. We do the announcements and then we'll gather some feedback from our guests and then we will move on to the winners, right? We might overshoot by 5 minutes. Apologies, but it'll be all worth it, I can assure you. Right, so the first announcement to make, thank you. We are through with most of our membership renewals. We've submitted it to Toastmasters International as on today, making our club have a pretty strong retention. That is, a lot of our members have renewed. So I'd like to take a moment to say a huge thank you to everybody who's renewed their membership for your continued trust in Bright Hearts Toastmasters. Give it up for yourself. We're extremely proud as a club of how our renewals have gone, and a big shout out to Arna, Sayuj and Neville who worked a great deal on this as well. So thank you very much all of you. And then, most important announcement of this evening. I think we've all seen it. I absolutely was thrilled by the response that our first anniversary celebration received on the group. Thank you very much for your excitement. So like we all know, Brightiversary is on the 12th of October. It'll happen right here at Hustle Up, but in the room opposite, which is Future Story, from 4 to 7. Now, what is needed of all of y'all? Of course, a couple of things that I would like all our members to know. First thing, this is not an event you want to miss at any cost. So in case you haven't registered, yes, you are a member, but we need to know the count. So if you haven't registered, please register at bit.ly/Brightiversary register. So any member who's not done it can do it right away. Absolutely okay. It's a very simple questionnaire. That's number one. Number two, all our members need to bring someone along with them as we celebrate this anniversary. So +1 is mandatory. Could be anybody, right? Your choice. I won't suggest at all. But +2, 3, 4 and as many you want is also allowed. Our only request, whoever you're bringing along, if you can also ask them to register, just so that we can get a good understanding of what's the turnout we are looking at. But +1 is absolutely mandatory. So if I see you walking in alone that day, I'll need some explanation. But do register. We will be opening up roles for Brightiversary on Wednesday. So the coming Wednesday, which would be 24th. 24th is when we'll be opening up roles for Brightiversary. So please sign up for the role you wish to take up. We would also, alongside having amazing keynote speeches, have a contest that will take place on this event. So anybody who's interested, nominations will come out soon from Wasim. There'll be one team. So it's an inter-club contest which will have people from other clubs participating, and there'll be one team from Bright Hearts as well. So feel free to express your interest. Roles as well as the contest, all of it will be open to our members, and then we will ensure that everybody gets some form or the other an opportunity to participate, right? So these are things you can watch out for in terms of Brightiversary. The next 3 weeks are going to be busy because we've got a very big event to pull off. We need the energy, the enthusiasm, but more importantly, the participation and just having all of y'all. Like I said, not an event you want to miss. So block your calendars and absolutely be there. Sorry. The detailed agenda? Is that what you? Yes. So Deepak, to answer your question, we will be announcing one by one who our keynote speakers are, what the segments are, and then we'll also send across a consolidated agenda. Also, for all our members, we've created an invite template. So if there are people you would like to invite who should come and be part of this, that invitation will be shared by Toastmaster Priyansh shortly on the members group, and you can use that to forward it on to people who you would think should be part of this event, right? Feel free to go ahead. Okay, MOT, now moments of truth, like we all know, it is our reflection of how we are doing as a club. So I'd strongly encourage that everybody please take up this survey by 24th of September. You would have the membership team reach out to you individually to remind, so don't get annoyed because they messaged you. This is very important. We want all our members to share the feedback, and then we will have a call all together to discuss our action items as a club and also things we are doing well, right? So 2 surveys to take. One is register for Brightiversary, and second, please take the Moments of Truth survey. The scanners, no problem. Please use the link bit.ly BHTMMOT. That's what you can use for now. We'll also share this on the members group again so that you can use it, and we'll ensure we follow up with you individually, but we really need to hear from all of you. Okay, next slide. Yes, thank you. Now, when I was putting this slide up there, it said thank you time. So I was asked, oh, okay, that means it's the end of announcements. Not quite. Look, I would like to take this moment to start this at our club, because at this point, I feel it is extremely important. Over the last several months and years of my life, I have realized that no matter what you are going through, to have those individuals who can make you feel better irrespective of your situation, who sometimes lends a helping hand and it solves a lot of things in your life, is incredible. It's a blessing. But what we often forget is to just say thank you. So I'm sure, is there anybody in this room who's not proud to be part of Bright Hearts? Thank God, no hands went up. I was waiting to see. Oh my God. Okay, right. But look, we are all proud of Bright Hearts because we love the community. And this community didn't happen on its own. It happened because a lot of people contributed towards this. So what I am going to do as the president of this club hereafter going forward is, at the end of every meeting, I will do some shout outs to say thank you to individuals. These will not have any process, format, nomination, count, nothing. These are just heartfelt thank you from my end. But what I'd encourage all of y'all is to do the same. There could be a fellow member who maybe walked up to you on a day when you were nervous and said, it's okay, you'll be fine. Take a moment to say thank you. I'm going to get some thank you cards next week, and they'll always be available at our meeting. Feel free to write a thank you note or just walk up and say thank you. Do whatever. But as a community, I really want to create a culture of gratitude amongst us, because like I said, as much as we internally appreciate, we often forget to walk up and say thank you. And I've never seen saying thank you to someone and that person not feeling happy. So we could make fellow members happy. So I've got 2 of them to do today. Now, the first one is Toastmaster Wasim. Now, I'll tell you why. Of course, we all know Toastmaster Wasim is doing an incredible job with Right Hello. We love it, right? Whatever he is doing. And of course, his MOMs. You cannot imagine the amount of work that goes in to that minutes of meeting that Wasim so seamlessly produces. So as a club, he has contributed so much to ensure Bright Hearts is that one place that you would absolutely love to be. So of course, on behalf of Bright Hearts, thank you. But personally to me, having Wasim on my XCOM feels like half my work's done. Wasim's like that go-to person whom I sometimes go just for advice, just to get suggestions, or just to give me some direction when I'm a little lost. So Wasim, thank you very much. The role you've played is incredible. Thank you, Wasim. And like I said, we got 2. So the second one is Toastmaster Deepak. Now I'm sure he's a little surprised himself. But I'll tell you why. Every time I am at work or I get stuck somewhere and I'm a little annoyed and I'm like, oh my God, that's enough now, I remember Deepak. This man inspires all of us in this club. Personally, I know how it's not been easy for Deepak to do his Toastmasters journey, but incredible resilience that he's got. He makes sure he participates, comes here every day, practices, and after Deepak's experience, which is collectively more than a lot of us, he still never budges to learn. He still drops me a message saying, we have a mentor-mentee connect. Would you guide me on what to do? So Deepak, personally to me, we all look up to celebrities sometimes to be role models, but I probably would like to grow up and become a little bit like you, because that's how much you inspired me and had me go through tough times thinking, if you can do it, I have nothing to complain. So thank you very much, Deepak. Okay, not bad. So I managed to complete all of that by 6:30. So, yeah, oh my God, yes. 4 to 7. No, 4. Oh, sorry. We was very keen on the party. So it's 4 to 7, followed by followed by a party sponsored by Vibhor. Look, I know we are we are on time, but I do want to hear from my guests, and I will hope that the fellow bright hearts would allow me that 10 minutes, because you would agree that sometimes it's just nice to say thank you. I already feel very good. So let's quickly hear maybe from two of our guests. Anybody? Tejan, would you like to come and tell us how you felt?
Hello, everybody. This evening was pretty special and memorable for me. And I feel all of you guys are so friendly and so approachable. And I felt very welcome here. So thank you very much. And ma'am, I am very, very impressed by your speaking skills.
Thank you.
It's very nice. And all of you guys speak very well. And I have so much to learn from you guys. When I turn 18 next year, I will 100% join this club. And I hope I have, a lot to learn. So I will, do better when I grow up. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Also. Thank you very much, Tejan. Likewise, we have a lot to learn from you. I feel like I already am learning how she's so happy about life, which is amazing. But you, when you grow up, you will do very well because you have an incredible father and I'm sure a mother. Well done, Tejan. Thank you. And shall we hear from Teju, yourself?
Thank you very much, everybody, giving me this opportunity as a guest. So I really before coming here, I was expecting it would be normal, but it was really, yeah. I was thinking it was extraordinary.
Oh.
Actually, I felt the energy you guys have given to on this stage. The emotions you have portrayed and all, I really liked so much. So thank you guys. I'll hope I'll improve myself by seeing you guys and improving myself as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Teju. I was waiting that he shouldn't say abnormal. Thank God he said extraordinary. No, but thank you. Really means a lot to us. I feel like today that's how the feeling is in the room. Great job by our TMOD to select such a theme. I think we're just naturally happy. But I can see how proud Manjarika feels now for inviting him. So thank you very much for that feedback. All right, on that note, we've got two quick education announcements to make. So the first one, for completing his level 1 very successfully, give it up to Wasim Fazil. Congratulations, Wasim. Next up, we have for another level completion, for finally completing his level 2 successfully, give it up to Vishnu Pradeep. Yeah, it's difficult to fit Vishnu in the frame. Joe Manjarika scared. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, Wasim and Vishnu. Well done. All right, without delaying at all, let's move into the best role players and speakers for this evening. Starting off with best auxiliary role player, somebody who taught us to listen with 3 years. It is Toastmaster Akash D. I think Akash nailed it the minute you started, but nobody would say he's one of our newest members. The precision with which you set the scene up, you ask the question, you're so mindful to select people who haven't got a chance. So proud of you, Akash. Very, very well done today. Okay, next up, best table topic speaker. We have Toastmaster Ilango. It felt a little bit like Elango's coming to receive the Oscar. Everybody's shaking hands on. But Elango, I mean, he comes on stage and he just brings something that will put you in splits, right? All of us are laughing. When he repeated the topic for a second, Elango, I thought you were going to say, well, the cartoon characters are jealous of me. But well constructed, nicely done, great take on a topic that I would think is tough to pick, because I agree with you, I'm jealous of a lot of them. Very, very well done today. And then, best evaluator, making an amazing comeback, Toastmaster Sneha Masankar. Sneha's about to cry. Congratulations, Sneha. Sneha, firstly, very nice to see you come back and do that evaluation. I think Malam would agree. Your points were so good. But what I loved about Sneha's evaluation today is just the demeanor. Sneha was so positive about the feedback. It felt a little bit like Sneha's lived it and she's like, it's okay, I got it, and this is what you got to do. Very, very well done, Sneha. Love how you're growing as an evaluator. All right then, next up, best role player after a tough competition is Toastmaster Aditya Badnayak. Do you know Jerry or is that only Tom? Oh, this Bugsman, sorry. Right, so Aditya, I think firstly, great selection of theme. It half set the tone and the excitement just with the theme. But what I loved about what Aditya did today is there was so much fun. There was Mr. Pikachu here with that sound effect. So much effort that's gone in. But he's also shared very notable nuggets with us as we proceeded. And it's not easy to do that in a theme that's just fun. So very, very well done, Aditya. We look forward to having you more as the Toastmaster of the day. Many congratulations. Very finally, best speaker for the evening, Toastmaster Viba Vade. Right. So I don't have to say anything. I think we all loved Vibha's speech. Like I told you, your grandfather will be very proud of you, Vibha, for what you unfolded. I have to honestly confess, your speech did make me a little emotional, and I had to distract myself so that I don't start tearing up. But that's the chord it hit. It was heartfelt, great tribute. And I'm sure with granddaughters like you, every grandparent would be so proud. Very well done today, Vibha. Let's give it up for all the winners. Who's clicking this great picture? Oh, sorry, Mr. Pika is there. Let's go a little in front. Oh. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, give it to me. Suits my face very well. Oh, wait. What seems a man of precision? Thank you. Put Mr. Pikachu back. My congratulations to all the winners. What a fantastic meeting today. Great speeches, great evaluations, amazing table topics. Lot of first-time role players doing exceptionally well. Gopi, Jurmin, even Manjarika, first time as table topic master. I think for Aditya, first time as TMOD in our club. Yeah, so lot of first-time role players. Very, very well done. I'll leave you with only one message. Cartoons are a great reminder that life is perhaps not as tough as we make it. Because just imagine this, you're frustrated, you're complaining, and then you see Jerry troubling Tom. And the rest you know. So no matter how tough your days get, it's okay to smile a little bit. It's okay to take it a little easy. I always say, unless the ceiling's broken and fallen on your head, it's not that bad yet. So smile a little bit, enjoy life, and if life gets too tough, watch some cartoons. On that note, I hereby close. Okay. So Priyansh, if you can help stop the recording. Thank you to everybody who joined us online and people in person. If you can come for a picture, please arrange yourself nicely. Flaunt all your cartoon t-shirts. Come on, come on.